So you got your first Super Bowl ring.
My first one.
And
on
you got
on the back of John Riggins.
That's right.
On the
No,
back.
you know what, Dex? I think I could say I got it on the back of some offensive linemen and on the back of a great defense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And what Super Bowl ring are we talking about? 17?
Super Bowl 17. Super Bowl 17. I tell you, everybody know I had a problem with drugs. I had a cocaine problem, and I left Washington, went to Houston, and
What year was that?
1994. I moved back to Houston, and I met. But most important, I need to clarify this here because in 1985, on November 18th, on a Monday night, I took the Boy George makeup off. I was functionally illiterate, and I watched the guy go down. And so this is going to get to the Super Bowl, is that I watched Joe Theismann break a leg, impacted my life, changed my life. I went to the Washington Lab School and decided I need to sort of take the mask off and sort of do something about my problem. I went over to the Washington Lab School. In about 3 years, I was reading the Washington Post. I was reading on a college level. So now this afforded me the opportunity to say now, I go to Houston. I was able to sort of get in the workforce because if you can't read and write, you can't get in the workforce. So I made a great trial lawyer in Houston. His name was John M. O'Quinn, and I was a legal assistant. I go do research at the medical library, and finally we got to talking about the Super Bowl, and I think I hawked my Super Bowl ring like in probably like 1997.
You hawked it.
I hawked it.
How much money did you get for it? Do you recall?
Yes, I do. I got about $5,000.
Is that right?
The guy wanted to give me more, but I was afraid I couldn't pay the bill.
Oh, and that's probably what he was hoping.
Yeah. And so I was working, but the addiction was driving me.
Sure.
So therefore, I wasn't paying on it. So now this coming to 1998, and I went to go work for the law firm as a legal assistant. And I get a phone call. Eric Dickerson was going into the Hall of Fame 1999, August the 5th. I'll never forget. And so I say, John, would you like to go to the Hall of Fame? He says, sure. We load up, get on his little jet, Lydia and I, his wife. And all of a sudden, I started telling him about this before. I told him before I had hawked my Super Bowl ring. And we get on the jet, and here's my Super Bowl ring. He passed it over to me.
He had tracked it down?
Yeah, he had tracked it down. First, he got Lydia. He had some few runners to go and figure out
where you hawked it.
Yeah, where I hawked it. Lydia sort of told him where I hawked it, and I had no idea I was going to get this Super Bowl ring back. And so he passed me the Super Bowl ring. Was going to the Hall of Fame game on in Shrine on August the 5th, 1999, and I said okay, but I knew that the beast was still in me. That I didn't really want to hawk that ring. It's very symbolic, and I didn't want to hawk it. And I went through a lot. I suffered a lot. And so at the end of the day, on that Saturday night, I took it off and I gave it back to him. And I said, I want you to keep this for safekeeping, because I knew if he give it to me, when I get off that jet, if the beast calling me, I'm going to go hawk it again. And so I gave him the ring, and finally, so he said, okay, he's going to keep it. And I would get 6 months, 9 months. I kept going to him, telling him I want my ring. He said, he don't have it. He don't have it. He don't have it. And so this went on for like 11 years. He died. It was in a car accident on October the 29th of 2009.
So just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Coming up on 2 years.
Yeah. He died. He was in a bad accident. So I called his estate. This guy was a multimillionaire, and I called the guy was running his estate, and I say, Dean Treese, did John O'Quinn tell you about my Super Bowl ring? He said, sure, I know all about it. He said, I need to talk to Lydia first. He had it all written out.
Wow.
Because Lydia would tell him whether I was clean or sober. So then I put Lydia on the phone, and he talked to Lydia and made arrangement. Lydia went to pick the Super Bowl ring up last year about this same time, and she brought it back to me, and I've been keeping it in safekeepers ever since. But I just never thought I would see that Super Bowl ring again. There's so much else behind that Super Bowl ring, but